And so, yeah, I'm just going to set things up here now. So, whoever's watching, you guys can set things up here with me. Okay. So, we'll set up the first thing I always set up is the NASDAQ. So, I go to the 15-minute chart. It's already on the 15. And then I just extend things out. And then I grab my little, I guess I can hide that. I grab my little box tool here and I go back to the 18th. So, today's the 19th. And then we got to go back to 7 p.m. EST. So, and then we just go from the high to the low. Everything's in the course, right? How to do this. And then there's the 1 a.m. candle. So right there. So yeah, so you can see prices on this resistance right here right now. Okay, so we got that done. And then the next thing I do is just grab my lines. So I'll just drop one there,
in Q1.
one here, and then I'll make this green. Cut. And then I'm going to go and do the other chart now. So you should be able to see everything that I did on my screen, on the computer I'm trading on. You should see on the screen that's showing in this recording, which is my external monitor. So there we go there. And this is the US 30. Okay. So it's the micro contract. And then the same thing. I'm just basically going to look for 7 here on the 18th. So 7 o'clock right there. And then I'm going to the highest wick from 7 to 1 a.m. So there's 1 a.m. pretty much right there. And it'll look something similar to like what the NASDAQ is like. And then I'm just going to drop my lines on it. So that's the, we'll just change this to actually, we'll put another line on there real quick. Boom. And then we're going to grab this guy, make this red. And I'll just put them like that. Okay. And then it's all set up. So that's my, pretty much my setup for, when we get going here, when things kick off. And then I'm going to put the NASDAQ over here. So this is how I do things, guys, is I have my 2 charts, which I don't want you to do this when you first start trading. I want you to focus on one thing at a time. It's just that sometimes the because we always start with the US 30 trade. And then sometimes that NASDAQ trade happens really fast. So I always like to see it on my chart. So that's why I have both these charts over here, but we'll just go back and forth. And we'll go to the 1 minute. And then over here, we'll go to 1 minute's already on there. Yeah, that's that. So we're pretty much set up, ready to go. And we've got 3 minutes until the market actually opens here. Well, it's already open. It's just we're waiting for the the institutions to start trading. They start at 9:30. Okay, so the next thing I do here is I always go over and I will go and check out if there's any news. So today we have orange folder news, which this is nothing. They're pending home sales. So trading is fine. We can trade anytime today if we want. And yeah, so we'll just wait around here for market to open and then we'll get going. Is anybody watching? Oh, we've got 2 other guys, 2 people watching now. So me and 2 other guys. How you guys doing? I can see you over here on my screen. Well, no, I can't see you. I can just see that there's 2 people watching. So that's good. So yeah, when this is the first day, guys, of this. So I'm sure things will pick up like probably next month or so. There'll be a lot more people watching there. And I know doing this, I understand that there's not going to be a whole bunch of people on day number 1 here, but we've got 2 more minutes and then the market opens. So we're going to do our first trade here, and let's just look at the US 30 chart because that's what it looks like. Our first trade is going to happen in US 30. So we'll go here, just look at the 15-minute chart, see how it's going. It's looking like, yeah, you can't tell what direction things are going to go yet. It's probably going to take out liquidity down here. And let's put it on normal candles and we'll just see. Yeah, so it could go for all the way down here, guys. This would be a nice trade, eh? So it could go down there. And this liquidity here has been taken out. All this stuff is in the course. If you're like, what the heck's he talking about? Liquidity? What does that mean? All that's in the course. Oh, we've got some liquidity above too. So it could go for this as well
Yeah.
here. And we got a minute to go. So these are my targets basically. Is here and here. And these red lines, this is all in the course at for US 30, we're waiting till 9:32, and then we basically have our trade set up at 9:32 there. And yeah, I haven't added that to the course yet though. The actual models are in the course, like how to trade's in the course, but I don't have um I'm gonna put two setups in the course. I'm just um gonna wait a bit to do that. And you'll learn the setups, of course, by watching these lives. So the institutions have started trading because it's 9:30. They always like New York bell rings at 9:30. So they've started trading now. So things should pick up here. Let's go and we'll go look at our NASDAQ chart as well. So NASDAQ open went up and took out this liquidity here. So the NASDAQ is extremely risky to trade at 9:30. So I always wait till 9:45 to trade the NASDAQ just because it takes out liquidity like constantly. Okay, so we're coming down here and we have to wait till about 9:32 because it's going to make a move, and then normally at 9:32 to 9:40 it'll decide the direction for like the next, I'm talking about US 30, for like the next 15 minutes or 30 minutes or so. So yeah, you can see here it's going for this line here, but we have all this liquidity back here that it could just be taking out this, which is called a liquidity sweep. So it might go back up from here, or it could come down. But we don't want to be trading right this second. We have to wait a little bit. And we have to be on the 1 minute chart over here. This guy is on 1 minute. That's good. And then I'm going to put on my normal candles for this guy. Or not normal, the Hintaki Ashi. So yeah, it's going for this lower liquidity. Okay, we got to move our line down. So it'll probably touch this, and then it'll probably start to go back up, and could go back up to here. But we have to wait. Never just jump in and trade. That's like the biggest mistake you can do, is just blindly just press buy or sell. And also, guys, I'm not expecting you, because this is the first day. I'm not expecting you guys to be like actually copying me trading right now. What I want you guys to do is actually go through the course and then learn everything. But it is good just to watch for now. Like you could just, because I'm actually going to say like what I'm doing. But yeah, it's best to just go through the course. And the course is, what is it called in here? I think it's just called courses or something. Classroom. So if you go click on the classroom tab in the website, then there's 9 lessons there, which you go through. Okay, so it's 9:33. So you can see it pretty much came down to our line. We can take this off. Oops, wrong one. We can take this off because it did take out the liquidity from there. And we got to grab our line here. So this is when we can actually trade. And then we go 9:30. So this is the US 30. So basically, this is the model that I use in US 30. Um, if it breaks here, I go short. Like it's that freaking simple. If it breaks this, a body opens here, I go short. If it breaks this and a body opens above the VWAP, so this blue line here's the VWAP, all this stuff is in the course, right? If a body opens above the VWAP there, then I'll trade, and I know the target is going to be here or the top of this line. Of course, it could break out even more, but here's the thing. If I go in here with, say, 6 lots, right? I've got a 50K account. This is a lot of money, right? Like this is hundreds of dollars. So this is one of my things that I like to say when I'm teaching is if your goal is to make, say, $200 or $300 a day in your trading, then if you make that even on your first trade, just stop trading. Like, you don't need to trade anymore if you've hit your income goal, right? So a lot of times that's what I'll do is I'll just, that first trade works out good for me, and I just, I'll actually stop trading for the day. Sorry, Mike. Gotta fix my cord on my floor here. There we go. It's my computer cord. I don't want it to unplug and then my computer dies. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting around here. Like this is what trading's like, guys. You have to most of it's finding your setup and then waiting for it to play out. And it looks like the market is kind of slow today, um, which is not very good, but uh, we will find some trades. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at the Nasdaq chart. You guys can see my external monitor. So you won't see me buy and sell on the monitor, but you'll like hear me say, "Oh, I'm going to buy." And then of course at the end I'll show my results and stuff like that. There. I just think that's best not to show like me pressing buy or sell on the like actually on the screen because I don't want to create like a kind of like a gambling vibe for these videos. Like I actually want people to watch them and, get value for it and stuff like that. Yeah, so this is it, waiting and waiting and waiting. So this is what I'm saying, like, you gotta give yourself a good hour if you're gonna trade, here. So it looks like Nasdaq, we still have a long ways to go because that Nasdaq trade is, like 9:45 or so. So it looks like it's taking out the liquidity. I keep on forgetting that you guys are not seeing my, the screen that I'm actually on. Um, okay, so this one, if we go here to the 15-minute, you can see it looks like it's taking out this here, and there's an obvious trend line happening right there. So yeah, looks like it's going to take this liquidity out, or it's forming a trend line here with the Nasdaq. Okay, and still see, look at this, guys. Look at this support on US 30. You can see it's just going sideways there. I got to keep on remembering. You guys can only see this screen. You can't actually see the screen that I'm trading on. But everything I do on my screen will happen over here as well. Yeah, waiting, waiting, waiting here. And it could just be a slow day today. Who knows? The Nasdaq's making a nice move now. Um, but yeah, you can't take it just yet. Like they're getting in the like this is how you have to think is the institutions are basically getting in the market right now. So what they're doing is they're going to grab liquidity. So basically what liquidity is they have like the retail traders like me and you, they've got into positions like say through here into short positions, and then their stop loss would be a buy of that short position, right? So that's what institutions are doing. They're taking out, they use something called a dominant footprint, and they can basically see the orders in the market and they're moving price towards those orders to get in. So they're not just going and clicking like, oh, buy 1 billion shares, buy, whatever, boom, 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 like that. They're like slowly getting into the market, but they're slowly getting to the market is they're putting in like millions and millions of dollars and moving price up, right? Okay. And then they're going to take price to a point and then they move it in the opposite direction. That's how they get into the market. And then the same with getting out of the market. They have to move towards where liquidity is. So, for instance, if they want to get out of their buy positions, they actually have to move the market towards sell orders, right? Which would be down here on the chart, like if we're talking about the NASDAQ. So yeah, just think about trading like that. It's actually more difficult than what we're trying to do here, but they have the money to just move the markets around. So waiting, waiting, waiting. Today is a pretty bad day for the first day because normally it's like, boom, we get in within, you know, 5 to 10 minutes, we have our trade and we don't have a trade. Like markets are really slow today, guys. But I'll still put this video up. Like you can see how slow the US 30 is. Like normally we have our trade in US 30 by now. NASDAQ's just hanging around there. So this is what could be happening with the NASDAQ is they could be doing this. It's just creating a trend line there. I don't trade off trend lines though, guys. I just like to like have them on my chart. So something visual, but I would never go and just be like, oh, it broke the trend line and then just buy randomly. I trade on breaks of support and resistance, which this is support and resistance, a trend line. Um, but I trade basically on levels. Like if you go through the course, you'll realize that the actual model that I teach is based upon a break of a level. So it's a break of structure through levels, right? Okay. So looks like we're coming up here a little bit, US 30. So we'll check out if there's any fair value gaps, which you guys can't see this over here, but here, I'll show you really quick. This is what I'm doing. So I go over here, I click on my normal candles. I'm looking for a fair value gap. So there's fair value gap here. So I know that's roughly where price is going to go. Okay. So this would be, if price gets up here, this would actually be our first trade, is not the traditional model that I trade, but it would be something called a high risk trade, which is still not high risk. It's like, you know, what most traders would be like, oh, this is an amazing trade, would be my high risk trade, right? Would be basically it would take out this fair value gap and then come back down. And then we would probably get our A plus setup trade, which would be a break of this red line, right? So we'd get a trade from here to here. And then our second trade would be a break of this if we're going to go up there. Who knows? It might just go like this for hours on end because the liquidity is not that great. You can see the NASDAQ. That's exactly what it did. It came up to this trend line and then went back down. Okay. So, yeah. And some days, guys, we might not even get a trade. Like I might sit here for an hour just looking at the charts and it won't tell me to trade. And that's basically how I pass my firm challenges and stuff within a couple weeks is I only trade when the chart tells me to trade. That's it. And you'll notice that I know that sounds crazy when I say stuff like that. I only trade when the chart tells me to trade, but it's the truth. Once you trade enough and you've got enough hours under your belt with the trading, I should say like, months and months and months, the chart will start like telling you what to do. It's very, very strange. Like you can just like see what's going to happen. Yeah, it's neat. So we are 942. So we probably could set this up. The NASDAQ trade. Oops, wrong chart. Got to go over here. So we'll put this back on the minute chart. And we'll go, that's the 15. And this should be 930. So this would be our NASDAQ trade. I'll get rid of this trend line. I don't really like trend lines. So that's our NASDAQ trade. This guy right here. So the NASDAQ trade would be a break of this or a break of this. And then you're trading this is long, this is short. Markets are really freaking slow. So guys, honestly, I'm looking at this right now. I'm like, whatever, like, when it does break, we're going to get a freaking amazing trade. But I don't know if it's going to happen in the next hour. And I don't want to make you guys sit here for the next hour. But here's the thing is, or I should say over an hour, right? Here's the thing is if we have the setup, then we can take it. And here's another thing is that if this goes sideways here for a while, say it comes down here and then it comes back up, and then we get a body of a candle open here on the 1 minute chart, this could be a trade, right? So there's always something here. And US 30 is still going sideways. Man. Okay, it's taken out, if you watch the start of this video, it took out a fair value gap down here. And we have fair value gaps above, but then the trend is down. Like if we look at the 15-minute chart, you can clearly see the trend. It's down, right? So we want to actually have a sell as our trade. We don't want to really have a buy. If we had a buy, it'd be high risk, right? So let's go back to the 1 minute. And yeah, we're just waiting around, playing the waiting game. I'm gonna go 3 lots on my NASDAQ. So I put 3 lots on the NASDAQ if I'm gonna do a trade, 3 lots, and then I've got 6 lots on my US 30. So that's my position that I would get in if it gives us a trade. And yeah, my account's 50K, my balance right now. So my prop firm balance. So not even my money. I'm trading for a company, and then they're going to give me, I think it's 80% profits that I get. So that's basically what the first two lessons are in the course, guys. Sorry, not lessons. The like intro to it. It's just teaching you like how to set this stuff up, what you need on your chart, and then it's teaching you how to get the funding. So you basically take a test and then you're not trading on your own funds. So that's the best thing in the world, is like you're not trading on your own funds and then you can keep 80% of the profits. And this is the only thing with trading is you most days is like this. You got to like wait around. But good thing I'm good at just blah blah blah, right? Or it'd be pretty boring. So, yeah, and eventually when we get more people, guys, like this will be a lot like we're gonna create like a good environment with it because people will be talking, people will be like it's all over the world. So some people will be like me and they'll be like having their breakfast, like this is my breakfast, right? And then some people will be like getting ready for bed and I don't know, maybe they'll be having a coffee or whatever. And yeah, it'll be good. But at the start, things are always painful, guys, when there's not that big of a member base. And it's like, the good thing is a lot of you guys know each other, right? Holy geez. Sorry, guys. This is a horrible trading day today. But I'm gonna stick around because what I want to do is I want to, like you guys are VIP, right? So you're paying to be here basically. So I'm gonna give you guys an hour, and then if we don't get a trade, um, I'm gonna come back at like later in the day or something, probably 9 p.m. EST, and I'll look at the charts again. And then if I see something there, then I'll go live again. But here's the thing, and I talked about this at the start of the video recording, is that I'm gonna figure out like what time works best for everybody because I know not everyone can trade at 9:30 a.m. EST, right? So I'm gonna figure out like what time works best for everyone, and then we'll do 9:30 every day, like this, and then we'll also do one more trading session, which would probably be 9 p.m., right? And then that would give people like that are on the other side of the world, like that's you know, a good time for you maybe. But we'll figure things out. We'll do like a poll or a vote or something in group. Holy geez. Okay, so US 30 and the NASDAQ look exactly the same. Like, look at them, guys. They're both just going sideways. So, what the chart is telling you right now is don't trade because it's just the buyers and the sellers are fighting right now, right? Like, they're just like, it's like two dogs pulling on like a toy and they're just going back and forth and no direction is being made, right? Okay. So, the NASDAQ, we could, if we wanted to, we could take a long right here, but it'd be a very, very high risk trade. We could if we wanted to. And do I want to do I want to do that? Um Here, let's look at the candles. So it could come to here. We could get a little wee move up to there. You know what? Should I do it? See, the normal Drew wouldn't do it. I would wait for the setup to happen, but I know what's happening right now is I'm live and I'm like, I need to do a trade. I need to do a trade. Which is not good. So, oh man. Um, do I want to do it? Do I want to do it? Hmm. Well, could be a little bit too late now. It's gonna go to here, definitely. It's probably just gonna touch there, and then it's gonna go back down. I think the best thing to do is just for us to wait. Okay, so here's the thing here. Remember I put this line on the chart, guys? US 30. Okay, look it. See, it's going there. So this is better for us to wait for. Is it goes here, touches that, okay? And then we see what happens. Does a candle form above there or does it come back down? And if it comes back down, that could be our trade. And then it probably, if it comes back down, it's probably going to break this and continue down. So we'll see what happens here if if we get a trade from this guy. And this could be our first trade. When I get in, I'm just gonna tell you guys when I'm in. There's a part of me that says I shouldn't tell you when to get out, and I should just tell you what I'm thinking because I really don't want people just copying. Like you can if you want, but um, I don't know. I want you like you guys that are the VIPs. I want you to actually go through the course, and then you can actually learn what I'm doing. Right? Okay. So right now I'm just eyeballing the charts and I'm looking at this stuff and everything's playing out pretty much as I said, right? Okay, even the Nasdaq, like we went up, almost touched the line. Now we're back down here. So this guy, so what we don't want is we don't want a candle body to open above this line. If it opens above this line, like it's fine if it goes and touches the blue line or touches this and then comes right back down. But we don't want it to open above and then open above the blue line and then open above the green line and then go up. If it does that, then it's definitely not an A plus setup because the overall trend on the 15-minute chart is like saying it needs to come down. But if that happens, then we can take a trade from here to here. Okay, so you can see it's going for the blue line now. Yeah, and you always have to think of like, okay, what are the institutions trying to do right now? Because they're the ones moving the market, guys. Me and you and the, billions of people that are just trading, like we're doing nothing to price. Like when we're trading, this is what's happening, right? Institutions are the one that are moving things. Okay, so we're touching the blue line here. And let's see. So we're not going to get a body open. I think we're going to get rejected from this blue line, which would be better for us. So it's going to open like around here somewhere. Yeah. And then it'd be good if we just came right back down, would be the best situation. The Nasdaq still hasn't given us a trade either. Like this is a really slow day, guys. Okay, so we're gonna get a body open above here. So the trade that we would take, we get the body above there. We would have to wait for a body above here. And then this is why I don't want this long trade is because this bottom of this box, which we set up right at the start, that's extremely strong resistance. Extremely strong. It's basically the resistance from the past two sessions, the Asia and the London, so Tokyo and London session, right? Okay, so there's our body open above. So you don't want to enter on that because this is just a fair value gap line, and we're just waiting. So technically, it should take out the liquidity here, and then it should come back down, and we should find fair value gaps in here. So what I would do now, oh, sorry, I keep on talking like you guys can see my screen. You're watching this screen. So technically, it should touch this and then come back down. But, and as I was saying, the bottom of this box here is really, really strong resistance. So we'll see. And so this is our point right here where it could be a good position or a bad position. So, okay, so a very, very high risk trade would be to short from the bottom of this, would be to short from there. So that'd be really, really high risk because it's pretty much the opposite of the model that I would do. But here's the thing with the model that I would do is to long from a body open above this line here. Normally, that's how I would trade this, guys, but we have this extremely strong resistance here. So, yeah, today's a difficult one because we're just trending sideways. So if we look at the 15-minute chart, you can see the candle's neutral. This is a neutral candle. This tells you do not trade. Wait for the next 15-minute candle for it to play out. That's what it's telling us. And as I was saying, like, look at how strong this resistance is here. You see all the candles and stuff coming down. So that's what it's going to be fighting with. So if we were to get into a long position here, it would have a hard time breaking out. But if it did break out, it's going to go to here definitely. If it does. So let's look at the NASDAQ because the NASDAQ is up as well. And that's the 15-minute. Okay, so we're going to drop to the 1-minute. Yeah, US 30 and the NASDAQ look the same. Pretty much, eh? Oh, there it goes. It took some liquidity here. Okay. So, do we want to take this trade? We got 5 seconds to make up our mind. It's probably going to go up here. Let's do a really quick trade, okay? So we're going to go and, okay, so I got in. I bought with 6 lots on the US 30. And I'm going to add my trend line to the chart. You guys will see that. I am up 30 bucks or so. So we're going to add that. And it is the model, but I'm going to say it's kind of a high risk trade. But it did give us our model. And the NASDAQ coming back down. Now it's going against me a bit. Okay. So, because we are in that box, right? Like we are in this box. So it should go up, but here's the thing is it is high risk. So it might go sideways here a bit. At least we're really close to our entry. Yeah, it just keeps on touching our entry, going back and forth. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I don't like this trade. What I'm going to do with it is I'm going to wait for it to go into a bit of profit and then I'm going to get out. So it's in a bit of profit. And let me just see here. So it's at break even now. 20. Okay, I'll just take that. Okay, so I took $9 of profit on that. I just didn't like it, guys. It was too much sideways. You can see these candles here are going sideways. So it's a hard call for that one. At least we did a trade. We only made $9.60, but at least we did something. Um, yeah, sorry guys. Today is just not a good day uh, for trading here. Like this is good here, but if you were watching when price was here, the chart was telling us not to trade just yet, right? Okay. So at least we got a profit and now, it might come back down. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to the 15 and then I'm going to just put this like this. And I just want to back out and really look and give myself a full picture of what's going on. So this right here, guys, the next candle that opens, this is the 15-minute chart, right? On US 30. So the next candle that opens is going to tell us a lot. It's going to open in 1 minute. The 15-minute candle, that candle will probably tell us what direction the market's going to go for like the next hour after the next 15 minutes. So it's going to open and then 15 minutes later we should know. Like if it comes back down here and looks like this one, then it's probably like a no trade day. We did do one trade. We made $9.60, but it's better than losing whatever, right? Um, yeah, guys, it's just market's slow. We're going sideways. Like if we go back to the 1 minute, you can see us getting out was like, we basically got out at the top here, but it was just $9. And now we're coming back down. So yeah, it's not telling us what to do. It's one of those days. Okay. And yeah, we're coming back down. So we're at the VWAP now, and this would be its make or break situation. So in the next 3 minutes, we would know if its price is going to come down here, or if we're going to go up to this, at least this black line here. If we get a body open. Okay, so here's another high risk trade for you guys is if we get a body open below the VWAP, you could short. Okay. I'll give you targets for that trade because I know when we were doing this through Telegram, everyone was like, I want to do high risk trades. Like they're really high risk that they wanted that. And I'm like, oh my God, okay, fine. So yeah, there's fair value gaps all the way through here. So price is going to come down here. I personally don't take high risk trades, guys, just because like I have to pay my bills through my trading. So there's no point me like just, doing some big risky thing. But yeah, you could trade this. So price is probably going to come down to that black line and then go back up, or who knows? It could just go sideways. We don't know. Okay, so we'll leave that on the chart. The Nasdaq is like just garbage. Like, look at this. It's just garbage. Like I know looking at this and being a beginner, you're like, oh, I could have traded this. I could have traded this. I could have traded this. And yeah, I could have saying, thinking like that is like, oh, that's great. But you don't know. And you just you have to get your trading to a point where the chart is like it's telling you not to trade or it's telling you to trade, right? And then that's when you actually are consistent in your profits. It's easy to just make profit, but it's easy to lose your profit. So the whole thing with trading is just being consistent with your profits. That's the whole thing, guys. That's what really you need to focus on. Like who cares about a winning day, right? Um, it's about like a winning month. Oh, I can pay my car payment. Oh, I can, and you'll get yourself to a point where you're like, I can pay my mortgage payment with what I made in my trading, right? If you're consistent. So you can see here, we're coming back down to the line. And yeah, guys, like I know it seems kind of weird when I'm sitting here and I'm calling out like exactly what it's going to do and then it happens and stuff like that. But you'll see once you go through the course and you learn everything, you'll be like, okay, I know how he's doing this. And then, I don't want to say things like this, but then you won't need me. You don't need to come to these VIP lives and stuff. But what I want to do with these VIP lives is it be more of like a hangout where we're trading together and it's fun that way, right? You're not just sitting there by yourself, like kind of like on the charts. But yeah, the course teaches you everything that you'd need to know. It's basically everything I've learned over the past, I don't know. Well, I started trading crypto was when I started trading, and Bitcoin was like under $100. So I don't know what year that was. Anyways, is probably like 2012 or 13 or something. And yeah, I've spent a lot of money on learning. I'll tell you that. Probably like 30 to $40,000 on learning how to trade. And then everything that I thought was like just extremely valuable, I've put into that course and I've like compacted everything so much. So it's pretty much in 4 days, give yourself an hour a day, you'll learn everything that I've, you know, learned in like whatever the past like 15 years or 12 years or however long it's been. So yeah, we came back down here. We didn't exactly touch the line, but as I said, there's a bunch of fair value gaps through here. So it's just like picking one of them. And here's the thing, guys, it could come up here and then come back down. Like this today is a day. It's like it's just saying don't trade. Every trade you take is going to be a high risk trade. That's basically what it's telling me. So I would like to just do a nice trade for the video because it's the first day of doing these lives. But yeah, guys, I don't really want to just make content just you know and then be like, oh look at I'm just trying to make money here. I'm not actually like going by the models that I teach. So yeah, let's see what Fair Value Gap it did fill on here. Yeah, so it took out. Oh, I'm surprised it didn't come down to the line. It didn't take out this one yet. So it's hard to say what it might actually just come back down here again, guys. Like some total sidewaysness. Yeah. Well, at least we did one trade so far today. We still have another 30 minutes. Like I'm going to give this an hour every single day, 9:30 and 9:30 to 10:30, and then we'll do a poll and we'll pick we'll pick what is the best time for everyone, what the majority, right? Which I think probably like 9 p.m. There's a bit of liquidity from like 9 to 9:30 in the markets. Okay, so the Nasdaq's coming. The Nasdaq might give us a trade here, but this is a high risk trade because of the time of day, and it might just be grabbing this. So we have to wait. Anyways, we'll get ready for this trade here. It took this out, so we can take that off our chart. And then it might be just taking this out. Or sorry, you can't even see that chart. It might be taking this out here. We have to wait for a body to open below this line. And we're going to glance at the 15-minute. We're going to pull this out. So yeah, that would be a banger trade. If it breaks this and we get a body open here, then we could get a massive move here for the Nasdaq. But it's hard to know right now because it might just be grabbing the liquidity from down here. So we're going to have to wait. Wait. So it's either this is the perfect trade or this is the perfect trade. It's going to be one of those, right? So we'll know here pretty soon. What I like is when it comes down, grabs the liquidity, goes right back up, and then we know what direction it's going to go. But yeah, the safest thing to do is just wait for that body to open below your line. And ooh, yeah, that's really close. So we can move right there. That's where our line is exactly. So we need a body open below there. Okay. So we're going to know in about 20 seconds. Okay, so the next trade will be in 15 seconds, guys. Okay, so it's taking out that lower liquidity. And this would be a sell position you're going to get in. Okay, so I'm just in there. Okay. And let's hope it doesn't go against me here. Okay. Okay, so I'm in with 3 lots on the Nasdaq. So on the Nasdaq over here, I'm in with 3 lots, okay? And I'm just waiting around. My count is down $24 right now. So this is, and I didn't, okay, shit, I didn't use a good entry model here. Okay, so it's up 40 bucks. Um, I don't like how it's hanging around there. Okay, I'm gonna just get out right here, guys, and I'm gonna wait. I want you to stay in if this is your first day. Just stay in here for a second. Okay, I got out though. I got out at where I got in basically. But this will play out, guys. Um, There, we're gonna put our trend line on here. You can get out if you like when I said, "Oh, I got out," if you got out, that's fine. But we're gonna put our trend line on here, and we don't want it to open above here, basically. Okay, so if we get a body open around here, it's gonna just go down. Oh, you can't see my chart. Wait, sorry. If we get a body open where it is right now, if this body opens around where it is, then it should come down. And if you did get out, this is my next move is I want it to come up here and then go down. So that's right now, that's what I'm thinking it'll do. And that's why I got out is because I think it's going to come back up to the red line and then it's going to go back down. So there, so you can see it's almost up to the red line again. So what I would do is I'm waiting to see what happens here. If it goes sideways and then comes back down. Okay. And then this would be okay. And then this is your actual sell. This is where you'd want to get back in roughly. Come on, baby. Come on. My account's down 170 bucks right now. Hopefully we don't get a big ass wick up there. Should like it should just tank here pretty soon. Like it's going to mess around with people because a lot of people are thinking like what we're thinking, right? They know that. But you can see how it's holding under here, which is that's what we want. We want it to just start to come down, like go sideways for a bit and then just start to come down. And here's the other thing, it could just be ranging in here now. So like, it's just not a good day to trade. Too much sideways. Too much sideways action. Yeah, I don't like this. I do not like this. How it's just going sideways. Come on, will you just go? Ten, 13. Okay, so in the course, this is another model. Is if it's doing this for you for too long, it's just giving these neutral candles. You should get out. Um, and that's honestly, guys, what I'm thinking is like next time it comes down, I should just get out, right, and just take my break even, like right there. I should have just got out, but I didn't. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, that's a nice candle. That one's good. That's good. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I'm out. Okay, 166 bucks is what I made off that trade. Okay, you can stay in the trade if you want, guys. I'm just like, I got to pay my bills with this stuff, so I can't be like, risking a lot. Okay, so that's good. We're up 166 bucks. Okay. So what you'd want to do here is put your trend line on there. Okay. Trend line is 3 candles touching. So the next candle here would actually be like a real trend line confirmation. And you should be up, like if you did 3 lots like me on 50K, you should be past 200 bucks of profit right now. No problem. And guys, don't be greedy. Like think about like how much do you make at your day job? If it's 200 bucks, then think like, okay, in the last 40 minutes I've made what I made at my day job. So I would honestly, if that's the mindset you should have. So I would get out if that's the mindset. But it should come down more here. Okay. Don't be greedy, okay, guys? Please don't be greedy. Okay. Jeez. Okay. So we are there. We are there. And I think it's made up its mind with the trend. The trend is down. If we were to look at the 15, yeah, look at that. See that? Remember what I told you guys about that next 15-minute candle? It's going to make up its mind, the direction. So it's a down direction here. Okay. And what are we doing? So I know you guys are probably in that trade still. We can move our trend line a bit. So you want to keep your trend line like tight, keep it just tight to price. Okay. And if you want to play this trade as like, I want to make the most I can out of this trade, um, you're going to want to sell as soon as it breaks that trend line. So as soon as you get a neutral candle, like these are all neutral candles here, as soon as you get a candle that looks like that on this trend line, doesn't matter what color it is, you just want to get out of your trade. You should be up, if you did 3 lots like me, you should be up like 2 to 300, probably 250 to $300 right now. Um, yeah. Okay. We got like 15 more minutes until this live is over. Well, it's good we did do 2 trades, so it'd be nice to do 3 trades, though. Okay, I'm gonna say I think you should get out of this trade. I think it will come down more, but, I think that's good enough for most people, guys, right? Is this You're probably at, like, 350 profits right now? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna look at the US 30 to see what's going on with it here. Is a lot of sideways. Okay, so the US 30 is at a point where it could move up here now. We could get a buy in US 30. As I said before, it's going for this, right? So, yeah, but still, look at all the sideways action here. Jeez. So it could just take out this liquidity here and then who knows? Like, yeah, we got another neutral candle. Yeah, it's just fighting the bottom of this. This is the Asia range, right? So if you watch the start of this video, you'll know about the Asia range, Tokyo range. My Tokyo range that I use is from 7 p.m. EST to 1 a.m. EST. The normal Tokyo range is like, I think 6 p.m. to like 3 3 a.m. or something like that. That would be like the normal, what everyone would else would say. But if you do from 7 till 1, you'll notice that that's the actual strongest resistance points or support points in that range there. This Nasdaq trade is still like it's giving us okay. So right there, you saw that. That's your like get the hell out of this trade. So basically, if you sold right here, you'd be out where I got out, pretty much, right? Okay. So yeah, hopefully, you guys, when I said, "Oh, get out of that trade," you got out of it. Here's the other thing: is it could just keep on coming down. So what it could be doing here, this is the Nasdaq, right? it could just be grabbing liquidity and then continuing going down lower. Like overall, it probably will come down here, but we're not even day trading, guys. We're scalp trading. We're trading for like an hour. What a day trade is where you get in your position and then you hold it for, wherever your target is. And you're looking at the 15-minute chart to enter the market. And you're looking at the 15-minute chart to exit the market. That's day trading, which is intraday trading, right? We're scalp trading. Like that's what this course is about is like you look at the chart and then you're pretty much trading within that, you know, you're done within the hour kind of thing. Um, which we're just taking little moves like this and we're using a big lot size. So um we're just going for small little moves and making like crazy profit, right? So yeah, you can see here guys, it's just sideways now. So that trend line's definitely broke. Hopefully you got out of the trade when I said I think you should get out of the trade. Um yeah, sideways Nasdaq, US 30 sideways. This is crazy. Okay, at least we did two trades today. They're both profitable. One was a banger, and the first one was a pretty much break even. What did I make on that? $9.60, and then the next one was 166 bucks. And then you guys should have made at least $300 on the second trade if you're following what I was saying. So, yeah, it created a new low there on the 1 minute. This is the Nasdaq. Uh, I don't have a target for this just because I wouldn't look way back here anyways. Like you can go to the hourly chart and look, but yeah, it'd be somewhere down here. So you just put on your candles. You take your time. So it's already taken out this liquidity. It's taken out this liquidity. So yeah, today, guys, it could come all the way down here, the Nasdaq, like to around 28,000 bucks. But that would be insane for it to do that. And there's no red folder news today. So I don't think it will do that. It's probably coming to take this out, right? Likely. It's already taken that out. This is basically pretty much where I got out. Yeah. And what's our I'm just gonna look at the okay, so US 30 is back down to its VWAP, VWAPers. I don't know how people trade on normal candles. Like that would just stress me out. There, that looks so much better. Okay. So, and once again, I know I've said this about 4 times. Um, you're watching this because you're VIP. You still need to go through the course. Like the course teaches you exactly what I'm doing. Like I honestly in that course, guys, it's crazy. It's only 120 bucks. What's in that course I've paid like over $30,000 for. So definitely go through it. Don't just be like, "Oh, I'm VIP," and show up as I'm trading and just copy what I'm doing because my whole thing is like I really want people just to learn how to do it on their own. And then this VIP thing, I want it to turn into like just like a group of people that are like serious about trading and like we're hanging out and we're just all like, eventually I'd like it so people are like chatting with me and stuff and it's not just me going blah 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 blah. Right. So anyways, yeah, I feel good about this because we did do two trades. We did make some profit. So that's good. But yeah, US 30 hasn't given us a good trade. The NASDAQ gave us one good trade, and we had to wait pretty much an hour for it. Like a lot of sideways action here. Look at this earlier this morning, just sideways, sideways, sideways. Um, now who knows what's happening here. Like, let's look at the fair value gaps here. Yeah, it's probably going to go back here, right to here. So we'll put a line on the chart there. If you guys see me put a line, it doesn't mean I'm going to trade from here to here. You shouldn't be trading long right now with the NASDAQ because overall the direction is down. I'm just putting the line just to show. Well, really, the honest truth is I like to put everything on the charts just so that it encourages you to go through the course. Like as I was saying, I know a lot of people they'll just get the VIP and they'll just copy what I'm doing. but I really want you guys to learn what I'm doing, right? So this is just where price is telling me it's going to go, roughly around here. Who knows? It could even go to here, right? It just, you know, it's going to go up there a bit. We'll go back here and US 30. Holy smokes, just going sideways. We never looked at gold. Let's look at gold. We got to clear the chart on gold. We'll put it on the 15. Gold had a nice move down. I don't really trade gold, but I know Scott likes to trade gold. Scott Davis, right? Which I'm going to do my best to try and talk him into doing what I'm doing. I think he'd really like it, like going live and stuff, but I don't think he's going to want to do it. Most people have a hard time trading live, right? Like it's really freaking nerve wracking to try and just, tell people what you're thinking. And then what if that doesn't happen? And then, people think like, oh, not a good trader or whatever. But yeah, it'd be good for you guys if he went live. If he doesn't, then I'm 100% sure he'll just post like trade calls in the group, but live is better. And then we can all kind of like hang out together. So gold's a tricky one though, because once it's made its move, it's like, it does a lot of this where it just takes out liquidity and then goes back up. But yeah, everything looks like it's going down. But yeah, I'd say gold was a no-go for today. For giving us a nice trade. It's already happened, right, in here. Yeah, look at that. All that support. And then boom, it broke, came down. And yeah, the market's just totally slowed down right now, guys. It is crawling. Crawling, crawling, crawling. Let's go back to US 30. US 30 is where it's been at the last hour. Same damn spot. Oh man. Okay. Back to the minute chart. Look at this, guys. It really wants to go here. It's just the institutions they're not pushing it there. Okay, so here's a trade you could take. We'll delete this one because this one pretty much happened. It didn't really touch it 100%, but this was it. This was a very high risk trade, was from here to here. So if you were to watch the full video, I actually called about 4 trades, but I took 2 just because I don't do the very, very high risk trades. I'll only do A plus setups, which the NASDAQ trade, you saw that was an A plus setup. And I'll do a high risk trade. Okay. And if you go through the course, you understand what is a high risk, what is a A plus, and what is a very high risk trade. And I'll talk a little bit about that because you guys know I love to talk. A very, very high risk trade. Okay, so we'll start with this. An A plus setup is when all the confirmations line up. Okay, like everything you learn in the course is basically lining up. Like they're all like boom, 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 boom. They're all telling you to take the trade, right? And then a very high risk trade, so one very, is basically when one thing doesn't line up. Like for instance, it's telling you to short, but then it's above the VWAP, right? So the VWAP is one of the confirmations, this blue line right here. So that makes it very high risk, right? Because not an A plus setup. And then an A plus setup, pretty much, it's gonna make you like you're gonna have like a 90 something percent win rate if you just use A plus setups, which you might not get one if you're only looking at the charts for an hour. And that's why at market opens, like the session opens, is the best time to find A plus setups. Is you wait for the big move to happen for all the institutions to get in, and then they'll pick the direction, and then normally that's your A plus setup, like exactly what we just did with the Nasdaq. And then your very, very high risk is like when, you know, half of the confirmations don't line up, or like 2 of your confirmations don't line up, then it makes it very, very high risk. That's basically it. It's really, really simple. So, yeah, just sideways, man. And now the Nasdaq's going sideways. Okay, it's 10:30, guys. I think I'm gonna have to call it. As you can see here, we're just really slowing down. We'll go to the lessons. And oh, we got 15 members now. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. It's good. It's good, good, good. So I think this thing will start to pop off when we have like 40 to 50 people, because that'll mean like there's way more people watching on these the VIP lives. And guys, I want to tell you this: I had such a hard time being like, I'm going to charge for this, but I was just thinking like, man, my wife's going to get so pissed off at me if I was just to be like, okay, it's $1 for everything. And yeah, so I was like, okay, I better just charge for to make different levels and all that kind of stuff in here. So we'll go to the classroom, and I forget what lesson it's in. I think it's in this guy here. Nope. Is it in lesson 4? Know when to trade. Yeah, this guy here. Okay, so if we click this, this is going to tell you when to trade and when not to trade. Okay, so it's still telling us that trading's okay. Okay, when this starts to come down, you're kind of like, nah, I shouldn't be trading anymore. This over here, especially if you're a beginner intermediate, like do not trade during that time, unless like you're someone's helping you out. Like when I know this time here is during the 9 p.m. EST. There is some liquidity 9 p.m. EST, but it's really really quick liquidity, right? And there's also other good liquidity. It's called Power Hour. You can Google it. It's from like 3:45 to maybe like 4:45 or something. So just before the market closes, the market actually closes for an hour from 5 to 6 p.m. The stock market, right? So that's another good time to trade there as well. The problem with me trading live during that time is that's when my son comes home from school is at 4, and then I have to take him to soccer till most days it's like from about 5:40 some days to like 7:30 or so. But anyways, we're home by 9 most nights. So that's why I'm thinking 9 would be good. But yeah, power hour is good time to trade. Like, you know, definitely if it's green on this here, like it's telling you like that's when you should be trading, right? So, yeah, we'll get going. And that was the lesson 14 on the day 4. If you want to check that out, that's really, really important stuff is to know all this here. Okay, guys, once again, please go through the course. I know you can just come on here, and if you understand about buying and selling, you can just copy what I'm doing, but I want you guys to go through the course. So we're almost to this black line here. So this would be your very, very high risk trade, I guess. Would be to long there because you're. Do I have the VWAP on this chart? Where's the VWAP? Is it way up here? Oh, it's not on this chart. Here, I got to turn it on. Oh, I don't even have it on at all on this chart. VWAP. There. Oh, now I got to edit it. Did it come on over here? No, it didn't. Anyways, I'll edit it. Maybe it'll come on. So I just want the middle one. And yep. Can you see it now? Nope. Maybe I gotta change the time frame. NASDAQ. That's weird. It's not showing up on my chart over here, the VWAP. Anyways, I have it on the screen where I'm actually trading. And yeah, we've pretty much. So that's pretty much almost played out, right? You could say it's played out there. So yeah, if you want to think about that, we did do like 5 trades here. If you were to take every single thing that I said, personally, I only did 2. But yeah, it's up to you guys if you want to take the very, very high risk trades. But like, you know, on these lives with you guys, I'll call, everything I see, I'll just call it like, hey, this is where I think price is going. Then you can make the decision if you want to do it or not. If I do a trade, like 100%, I'm like, this is where I'm going to get in. This is where I'm getting out. I don't want to show the trades on my chart though, guys, just because I don't think it's good for people because it kind of gives you like that kind of gambling feeling, right? And I don't want to create that. But I will every live here at the end, I'll just log into my trading account. I'll just show you guys like I am actually trading, right? Because I know even though I'm calling things out and you're seeing like, oh wow, price is going where he's saying and stuff. Uh, you know, I know some people might be thinking like, "Oh, is he actually trading?" kind of thing, right? So I'll show you guys that here, and I think I think we should stop because it's just going sideways. Like you can see, it didn't take this out. It's probably just going to go up, take that out, or who knows? It could come down. Like this would be your next short. Would be from there, right? Body open below, and then you take that trade. So, yeah, like, it's not gonna fill in every single fair value gap, so if we go over here, we probably find more of them above. That one's filled. These are all filled. There's one right here. So, you can see they don't always get filled, but yeah, like, there's a fair value gap way up there. But if they are there, price is drawn to them because think of it this way, institutions, as I said when this recording kinda started, was, that's where they're just trying like, that's how they get into the market. They can't just press buy, guys. If they press buy, like a market order like we're just doing market orders, um, eh, they won't be able to get it. Like, if they press buy, the price would just go like this, right? So they can't do that because it'll imbalance the market. So what a fair value gap is when they are doing that, they're getting in the market. They have billions and billions of dollars to trade on, and they're creating gaps in the market. That's what a fair value gap is. So us, like we're called retail traders, guys. We can't do that. We don't have enough funds. Like you need billions of dollars to create something like this, like a gap, right? So yeah, they're not always going to fill, but they are the best like identification for where price is going to go that I know of. Unless you have a dominant footprint, like that's what the institutions has, right? In the candle, they can actually see the orders. Um, yeah, just go to Google and just type in dominant footprint institutional trading. It's software you have to buy. Um, I learned how to trade on it because I took an institutional trading course. That's what I wanted to do, guys, when I was younger. And then I just started having results with marketing and I kind of like dropped it. I'm glad I didn't do it because I would be sitting at a trading desk all day, someone telling me what to do and stuff, which that would suck. But yeah, that's how I know so much about it is because I actually went through and took like the course and stuff for it. I took 2 courses for it. That's where the majority of my money went for my courses that I've bought is the institutional trading course. And I took 2 of them. So, yeah, guys, it's just telling us don't trade. It's saying like, "Call it a day, Drew. Don't keep on dragging this thing out." Okay, so I think, what I'll do here is I'll just go and, can I do this on this screen? I think I can. So if I log out of my account here, can I log into the account over here? Or do I have to stop sharing my screen? This is my first day doing this recording stuff for you guys. I'm using the school platform recording software. Um, so I got to figure out how to do this. So I guess I would log out of my trading account on there. So I'm logged out in my actual window that I trade on, and then I log into here, I guess. Connect, then go into my trading view. Okay. I know you guys saw the Apex pop up there. Don't use them, they suck. I was just like, I tested out a whole bunch of firms. So there you go. You can see I made 166 today. Wish I had showed my starting balance, but you guys know I start at like 50K. So 166 there today. Okay. So that's it. And you guys, if you had of, if you're following the trades, you would have made way more than that if you're just trading on, like at the start, I said, I'm trading on 3 lots of the NASDAQ, 6 lots of US 30. And if you had to take in every single trade that I called, you probably would have made probably $700 or $800 today, just based upon the targets and stuff. I just, guys, I can't, like, I need to pay my bills when I trade. So um, I need to just do very, very A plus setup, low risk stuff. If I am going to trade random trades, I'm trading on like I'm dropping my lot size always, that type of thing. So yeah, we did. If you watch the full recording, guys, we did. I think 5 trades today. Like 5 trades are actually called. Live, I did 2 trades, like where I was actually in the trade, and then 166, which is below my profit goal. So my profit goal for my trading is to make 250 US a day, 5 days a week, and that basically pays my bills. So today is a little bit under, but still, it's better than having a loss, right? A profitable day there, and that would be a little day for me. So what I'll do now, and you guys can do this as well. If you go through the course, you'll know in the last lesson here, I'll show you. Where's my course? There it is right there. If you go to classroom and then you go down here to the bonus. So what I've done is I've paid for the affiliate system. So you can promote the course as well and get 50% commission. So think of this. If someone comes along, like they're always going to pay a dollar when they first join. Some people, if they know you, they're going to just go and buy VIP or they'll buy the course or something like that. And they won't even bother buying the dollar subscription. But a lot of people, if you're just promoting on social media, they'll buy the dollar subscription. They're gonna like this recording here, guys. Here, I'll put this back up here. Yeah. So this recording here, it'll be in the community, but they can't see me trade live, right? They're just going to watch it after I've done it. Okay? So that's like the marketing tool to get people to go to VIP is they're like, "Holy shit, if I had been on that session and just did what he said, I would have well, he made 166 bucks. That's amazing. It's 47 bucks a month. But then if they watch it, they're like, "Oh my god, he called like 5 trades and they're all like pretty much went to where he said they'd go to." So you can see right here, right now, the Nasdaq's where I said it would go to, right? Okay. So yeah, that's basically the marketing tool. They get in for a buck. Okay. And then, they can watch this kind of content through the community here. Like you'll notice this video will be posted in here. You can go and use your take a screenshot, go into your firm, take a screenshot of your profits, and say, I was on a live and I made blah, 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 blah. This is so amazing. And check it out. And just leave the link. So leave the link to your, this video here shows you how to get the link. And then that's the promotion, guys. Like you don't need to be messaging people. You don't need to like, it's really, really simple promotion. And it's a dollar. Like who's going to be like, oh no, I don't want to join for a dollar there. And yeah, I think eventually over time there'll just be a lot of people that they see the value in it, and they're like, okay, this just makes sense. I'm just going to pay the 47 bucks a month, and then just trade with him. And what I'm going to try and do, guys, is as I think this is the fourth time I said this, is I'm going to try and find the best time when people are available to trade, and then we'll just we'll trade at that time um, every day. And then also, I'm trading at 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Every single day, and I'll do that as well. So we'll try and like have 2 trading sessions. I'm going to try my best to talk Scott Davison into doing lives as well. I don't know if he's going to do it, guys. He's, um, you know, like it is kind of nerve wracking to do this kind of stuff. But I'm sure he will do something for us, like trade calls or something like that during the London session, because there's no way I can trade London session, guys. Like that's like I'm sleeping then, right? It's like 3 a.m. my time, right? Is the start of the London session. So we'll figure that out. And then the VIP guys like this, like you can see by today, like this is totally worth it. 47 bucks a month. And you're, like the average day, you're probably going to make 3 times that much, right? Just in a day, 5 days a week there. And but I do want to warn you, like some days we do have losses, guys. Like not every single day is a winner, and but I'm going to try my best just to make it like the value is there for this. Okay, so that's it from me. How do I turn this off? So, okay, I think I go over here. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I'll see you guys tomorrow, same bat time.